Guys, let me tell you something. If this woman is abusing you in any type of way, please get away from her. But if she is physically abusing you, that is one of the most dangerous things, because she could potentially end up causing harm to you that you may never be able to come back from. So guys, like seriously, if you're out there and you are being physically abused, please leave the situation. Please leave the situation, because it could turn very ugly very quickly. Have a good day.
What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, I got a video for you guys that I wanted to react to because this is a topic that really doesn't get talked about very much, if at all. It was actually brought to my attention by Mrs. Dawn. Um, if any of you guys watch the live channel or have watched any of my live shows on this channel in the past, and you know who I'm referring to, I actually did a live show from my phone when I went to Vegas, which is crazy to think it's almost been a year already since I went to Vegas and met Mrs. Dawn, as well as Jamal Fowler, Cam, and Mrs. Dawn's husband. And um, well, let's just say she definitely dropped some gems that particular night. But she emailed this video to me, and it's actually from somebody that I've seen on TikTok quite a bit. Um, I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check out this video in full. If you want to go over there. Matter of fact, hold on, let me check real quick. What is that content creator's name? I want to make sure that I got that right. Okay, yeah, men need to be heard. Okay, and he got about 95,000 subscribers as well. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
If you follow me at all, you know I like to have some fun on this channel talking about the issues that men and boys face. But today, I want to get a little bit serious with you. I want to talk to you about a hidden truth. Specifically, the hidden truth about how domestic violence affects men. You see, when people hear the phrase domestic violence victim, they almost automatically picture a woman. And that shouldn't surprise you. Public awareness campaigns, media coverage, even support services overwhelmingly frame domestic abuse as something that only happens to women. In fact, if you go to many of the domestic violence shelters' websites, you'll see plenty of pictures and stories of women who suffered abuse, but nary a one about men. This isn't an accident, it's a deliberate reframing of the truth. But the truth is far more complicated. Even the most biased of reporting says that 1 in 3 domestic violence victims are men. More reputable, unbiased studies and reports put the number at roughly equal, with some showing that men are more often the victims at hands of women than the other way around. Add to it that most view DV against men only in terms of the physical. Yet millions of men experience emotional, verbal, financial, and sexual abuse in relationships every single day. It happens far more often than society wants to admit. And another problem, a problem that exacerbates all of that, is that when men come forward, they're mocked, dismissed, or flat out ignored. Many are told to just man up, or they're accused of lying, or they're treated like it's a joke. And that silence is costing lives.
And in some cases, careers. I might think about all the athletes and actors that have been falsely accused in recent years. Y'all can rip off probably a half a dozen to a dozen men right off the top of your head in the comments. I ain't gonna waste my time going on because I want to see what this man has to say.
Let's look at what the numbers say. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, which again isn't the most unbiased of resources, 1 in 4 men will experience some form of physical violence by an intimate partner during their lifetime. At the same time, they put the numbers for women at 1 in 3. Yet, when you look at the shelters and services that are dedicated and available for men, there's a total of 2. That's right, 2 in the entire United States. For women, on the other hand, there's well over 2,000. And when you factor in that male victims are less likely to report abuse than female victims, those statistics become even more appalling. Studies suggest that males underreport, and it's largely driven by a fear of disbelief, shame, and a lack of support services. Or when they do seek services, the reports that are taken are often thrown in the trash, something I have personally witnessed happen. Which means the statistics that they're throwing out there don't really tell the whole story. And again, it's not by accident. Men worry no one will believe them. And sadly, they're right. I've experienced it. I've worked with thousands of men who've experienced it. I've ran a domestic violence support group for men, all of whom experienced it. And I've read the testimonials and stories of tens of thousands of more men who also have experienced it. Yet, rather than acknowledge that, rather than address it, everyone seeks to hide it. As I said, there are very few domestic violence shelters for men in the United States and indeed worldwide. Most outreach programs, crisis hotlines, and services cater exclusively to women. In almost every city, abused men have nowhere to go. And when they do speak up, when they do cry out for help, they risk being laughed at, accused of being weak, or even having the tables turned on them, with their abusers making false counterclaims that end up in the men being arrested instead of the one actually perpetuating the violence.
But that very last reason, that very last one, is the reason why you don't see those men reporting it. Because how many times have men called reporting only to end up being the ones that get arrested? Why? Because when it comes to these particular type of situations, they always cater to the women more so than the man, even when the man is the one that's reporting, that is calling the police. Think about what happened to Xavier Worthy, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. If it wasn't for him having those cameras in his house, having everything recorded, you know what I mean, his career might be over. I'm like, all it takes is just a woman not getting her way. I'm like, and that's pretty much all it takes. And mind you, this man was trying to break up with her because he caught her cheating. So that right there just goes to show you, women will avoid accountability so much that they are willing to create a whole brand new problem out of thin air so that way they can look like the victim in some shape or form, even though in reality he was really the victim.
I abused my husband. I pushed him. I screamed at him. I yelled until my throat was sore and all the neighbors knew my business. I would get in his face, curse him out, slam doors like it was my full-time job. And every time that man would build me up, once I started to learn his pattern, I would take so much advantage of the love that he would give me. It's the love that I wanted. Girl, I wanted to feel that love. I wanted to soak it up before it disappeared. But I should have left. I should have left, but I stayed for me. Not the family, not that lie that I told myself for years. No, I got addicted to that fucking buildup. I threw words like daggers. I belittled him. I mocked him. Like, I didn't just react. Sometimes I went straight for the throat. I would interrupt him. I would talk over him. I would make sure that my voice was the loudest in the room. And the moment that I recognized his patterns, I should have left, but I was wrong for staying. I didn't try to break the cycle of abuse. I kept that shit spinning. It wasn't okay. It wasn't healthy, and I have to own that. Because even if I was reacting to him, I still crossed lines that I knew better, that I knew I shouldn't have crossed. He's not the only guilty one. Reactive abuse is still abuse.
You know what really needs to be studied is women and even men who will hit like the opposite sex and then act shocked when they get hit back. To this day, I will never understand, I don't think, even on my deathbed, I will never understand the logic that goes through your mind to think that you can go as a woman to a man, get in his face, smack him, hit him, punch or whatever, and think he's not gonna do anything back ever. Like the shock that's always on the woman's face when you see a video of a woman getting hit after she done punched a man will never cease to astonish me, because it's like, girl, the audacity, the entitlement, the bewilderment, the dumbassery, like, it don't make no sense. What did you think was gonna happen? You thought you was gonna, your 5'8" ass, you thought you was gonna go up to that man, punch him in his face, kick him in his nuts, and he wasn't gonna react? He was just gonna take it like a man, like, light work. What are y'all talking about? What are you talking about? Now you on the floor. Now you crying on the floor, and everybody's looking at you crazy.
See, that's why I've have gotten real good at just having the willpower to just walk away, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, my mom, old school, she don't play that shit. She already told me when I was a kid, if a girl hit you, you hit them. Anybody hit you, you hit them back. I don't give a fuck if it's a boy or a girl, because shit, nobody be putting their hands on you, and vice versa. Bro, I've never put hands on somebody unless they put hands on me first. You feel me? I did have one particular situation where I kind of had to she was trying to come in my personal space and, trying to act like she gonna fight, so I'm over here kind of I want to say, I guess you could say kind of wrestling, so to speak, because obviously I'm way stronger than her, and shit. So it's I'm over here kind of none of that. I'm not even about to let you even get in range, because the moment you put hands on me, I already know I'm gonna spaz the fuck out, so yeah, I really don't understand what happened to the golden rule. It's that shit got thrown out the window.
Just because she's crying doesn't mean she's a victim. Let's do this again. Men get called toxic for setting boundaries. Meanwhile, women get praised for controlling behavior. Men, have you ever been in a situation where a woman flips the script, the crocodile tears start coming, flips the whole narrative? You might not have even done anything wrong, but she will flip it all back to you. Women love to weaponize those emotions. Then we wonder why men don't typically communicate well. I'm not saying all. And this one really gets women fired up. Come here for this one. Women who withhold sex, communication, affection from their person, that is emotional manipulation. That's not empowerment. And remember, abuse is not gender specific. Abuse is about power and control. And I don't know why society tends to forget that women are just as capable as doing emotional abuse, just as men are. But the only difference is one gets called out, the other one gets excused. But fellas, don't forget, Jesus is king, and don't be out there arguing with Jezebels.
And be careful out there. This is what happens when she wants you to go to jail. The court system will make sure you end up behind bars.
Somebody else's house, do you understand? Can't stand you. Bro, you put me in a overflow. Are you joking, bro? I'm so done with you, bro. You fuck. Are you joking? Are you joking? Huh? Bro, push me. Do something. Do something. Bro, can you move, please?
What are you gonna do if he's blonde and you're just abusing yourself for no reason? It's red. Do your forehead one more time.
Like this goofy ass bitch over here looking like Lynn Whitfield from what was that movie with Lynn Whitfield, Martin Lawrence, and Regina King. Uh, damn, I forgot the name of that. A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Is that the name of the movie I'm thinking of? Bruh, this girl punched herself. If I recall, I think she like dislocated her shoulder and shit on purpose, or her arm, or I don't know, bruh. Woo wee. I remember seeing that video. I remember seeing that movie like, bruh, that bitch is crazy. But his goofy ass should have. I'm like, damn, bro. She gave you that limo. All you had to do was just show up for her birthday, bro. But he did some whole bunch of other goofy shit. But anyway, let me get back into this.
What do the women that beat men look like? I've come to the conclusion that nothing is actually bad until a man does it. At least that's the way some women think. Viewer discretion is advised. Like, I hear so much about them, but what do they look like so I know how to avoid them? You feel what I'm saying? If I had one question about that video, it would only be, what would that video be like if it were men in those comments? Like, what would it be like if a woman were to come out and make a video just like that? Hey, what do a man that's abusive to a woman looks like? And then niggas just started dropping selfies. What would that comment be? The video probably wouldn't even be up anymore. And it's interesting how people are so against domestic violence or abuse until it's happening to a man. Oh, now it's okay. Now it's cool. It seems to me like being abusive to a man nowadays is trendy. Like that, it's like a badge of honor to some degree. Like, have you no shame you got online and exposed yourself in this manner? They openly and collectively got into this comment section and say, hey, we abuse men and we think it's okay. And there's nobody in the comments telling them, yo, that shit's wrong. What are y'all doing? Why would y'all dare put your hands on somebody's son? But the moment a man puts you through that damn drywall, now he's the monster. He's the problem. Boy, I tell you can't make this shit up, man. But you know what? I know they ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
I hit my man. I made his nose bleed. Did he hit you? He hit me back and gave me a concussion.
Wait, you broke his nose?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Wait, you're sorry.
I'm just
what do you
saying,
mean?
like,
You're sorry
About
hit
that
him
whole
so
situation.
hard
Domestic
that I broke
violence is a
his
really
nose.
big thing. Domestic violence. It's
Who was
something
the
to play
victim?
with.
Who's the victim?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Was
who's
she
the
the victim?
victim?
The guy.
Why did you hit him first?
Because
That
he
sounds
was
like
playing
victim
with
blaming.
Me. Why was he playing with you? He was playing
That's
with
just
me.
victim blaming.
It's not okay for her to be
Victim
hitting
blaming.
somebody. It's not okay for her to
That's
hit
what I'm saying.
somebody.
So that's
It's
what
not,
I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying
So
that
he went
either.
back. So
But
I'm saying, like, who's in the wrong?
were you hospitalized with a concussion?
That's not the point.
Wait,
Well, but
did
it's-
this actually happen?
No, this actually happened. Yeah.
She made his nose bleed.
No, she broke. No.
her.
She broke his nose. Not just a nosebleed.
She said
broke
nose
his
bleed.
nose. No, she said broke.
I broke his nose, and then he hit me back because, you know,
Was it justified?
No, absolutely not. Not justified.
No. For him to hit
for
her
him
back.
to hit me back.
For him to hit you back, was that
Yeah.
justified? A man
Yeah.
should never
He
hit a
was
woman.
like,
This is
20,
why.
he was like 20
Wow.
times.
They're gonna
stronger
give you a
than me.
concussion. You guys want to end up in jail?
And notice, even though this woman had admitted to initiating the squabble first, which actually happens a lot more often in these cases than women want to admit. But the reason why they don't want to admit it is because deep down, they know damn well they ain't got no business putting their hands on a man. The only reason why y'all do it is because y'all abuse the fact that 9 times out of 10, that man is going to end up getting locked up. He's going to be the one getting accused of initiating it when in reality is women initiating this shit more often than not. And part of the reason why is because they know they can get away with this shit. I'm like, now start holding women accountable when it comes to this shit the same way y'all hold men accountable. I guarantee you, women ain't gonna put their hands on men anymore. At least that shit'll slow down anyway. I'm like, cause this shit is ridiculous. I'm like, this woman showed her bias throughout that whole clip, cause she's all concerned about the girl. Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through that. What about him? She the one that hit him first. Like, and then do you want to go to jail? Showing your bias again. She hit him first. Why aren't you oh God, bro. Ladies, quit putting y'all hands on man. Cause all men are not just gonna walk away from that shit. And men are starting to wake up to the realization that men aren't other men aren't just waking up one day and deciding that they just want to beat on y'all ass all the time. I be willing to bet more often than not, if a man is putting his hands on a woman, I'm like 9 times out of 10 she probably provoked it in some shape or form. Half of the time probably put hands on him first, which probably explains why y'all have such a hard time getting empathy and sympathy for men, because men are starting to see this shit. You know what I mean? Like, again, the veil has been lifted. Y'all let me know what you think about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.